Hello, Mikufans. It's me again, MikuFan 3000. And some of you guys had asked me for quite a while now that how my time with the kidney operation has gone. And I wanted to tell you, but I felt like I couldn't do it because it's quite a hard story to tell because of all this I have gone through. But since you have asked me this much, I've decided what the fuck, I'll do it. So sit back and enjoy. This is my story of how I deal with this kidney surgery. It all started back last summer when I was out with some friends. We was out having dinner and we was in a gaming club. We was just enjoying ourselves. So everything went good. And then we went back home to ourselves to get some sleep. But in the middle of the night, like on 2 o'clock in the morning, I felt a little bit strange. I felt there was some pain in my back. And I thought, yeah, it was just a normal pain, it will go away. But it didn't. And the next morning, the pain was still there. It was like at the left side of my back. And I was like getting worried because the pain continued to be there. It will just not go away. So after 10 hours, yes, I was dealing with this for 10 hours. I decided to go and see my doctor. And she took a good look and she took a test of my urine, and yeah, she took a urine test. So yeah, it's a little hard to tell, but that's how they do it, to see if there's something wrong with you. And she saw there was something wrong, and it might be the kidneys. So they sent me to the hospital for a x-ray to see if my organs was doing fine or not. And they looked at the scanning and the x-rays, and they saw there was a stone. Yes, a stone in my left kidney. And it was shocking. And then I had to deal with an operation to get it out. So I went to the operating table. There was 3 nurses, 10 specialists, and a very good doctor. His name was Dr. Martin. And he was very young, but he was highly qualified for this. So I went to the operation. I was asleep for 6.5 hours. And when I woke up, the stone was out. So I was thinking, when I was finally getting back to myself, this is it. I can go home very soon when I'm finally recovered. And then there was also a part in that video, you know, the silver train, my thank you video for that. There was a line when it says the pain in my back was getting too much. This is where it all started. If you want to know what happened there, listen to this. After 10 days after the operation, I was just relaxing and still recovering for that operation I had. But when my kidney was at 62% working, then it all started. I felt some pain again, and the pain in my back, where it was not intense at first, and I thought it would go away. But after just 1 hour, the pain increased, and it increased. It was unbearable. And after just 1 more hour, I was screaming. I mean, you couldn't believe how much I was screaming. The pain where my left kidney was, it was so unbearable. I couldn't deal with it. The pain was like too much. And then the doctors, they just rushed in. They saw me screaming, and they was asking what was going on, and I was just like, I was yelling at them. The pain returned, but it was now so much painful. I mean, it was horrendous. I couldn't deal with it. I couldn't do anything. I was laying there screaming my lungs off. It was so bad. And then they gave me painkillers. I mean, I had a tube right here. There they gave me liquid painkilling to deal with the pain. And then the pain subsided a little bit, but I could still feel it was there. And they even gave me painkillers with pills. I was taking painkillers every single hour to deal with this, just to get through. And it was not right. How could I go on hooked up to a machine that gives you painkilling medicine and just dealing with a pain that won't go away? And I had to get a tube with strong painkilling just to get to sleep at night. It was that bad. And when they tried to turn off the machine, the pain increased. Like whoosh! It was so bad. At the second day, the pain was still there. I couldn't get it to go away. There was nothing that was working. So they took me to a scan, and they saw there was nothing wrong inside me now. But still, if there was nothing wrong inside me, why would the pain still be there? And then, at the third day, I was still there in massive painkilling. And I could remember my mother was furious of the doctors. She was so furious. I mean, she was grabbing onto them like this and was like screaming, "You are not helping my son! Why are you letting him deal with this pain? You are not helping him! Just help my baby!" I have never seen her this angry before. And I cried because I didn't want to see her this angry. I want her to be happy. But how can I make her happy when I'm dealing with this massive pain that won't go away? I mean, the pain in my back was still there. It will not go away. So I was dealing with all these painkilling things. The pain was still there, but it was not that bad because I had this tube. This tube here was my only thing to just get through the day. And at the fourth day, I was so close to say, that's it. I don't want to go with this anymore. I was close. Guys, I was close to give up. I was this close here to give up my fight. I didn't want to live. I wanted to go away. I just wanted to get this away. I couldn't deal with this anymore. But then, I just felt. I felt an inner strength. I was like, no. No. I won't die with this pain. This pain here will not be the reason why I die this young. I will not let a stupid pain take my life away. So I kept fighting until the 6th day. After 6th day of pain, Dr. Martin returned from his vacation. And he heard that I had this pain. And he was like, there must be something wrong with the kidney. And they said there was no time for a scanning. There was no time for an x-ray. It was time to put me asleep once again. So I went into another operation. Man, it's hard to tell. And what Dr. Martin discovered was shocking. There was a second kidney stone laying in a very sensitive area close to the back and the kidney. How could they miss a second stone? That's right, I didn't have one stone, I had 2 kidney stones. And they removed that stone, make sure there was no stones left this time, but they couldn't find any. And they also make sure to check the right one, my right kidney. And there was nothing. And when I woke up, man, I saw the tube in my arm was gone. And I was like, oh no, the pain's gonna return. But guess what? It didn't. The pain did not come back. And I was like, whoa. I felt like a new man. Dr. Martin discovered the second stone. That doctor, he was the man that saved my will to live. And he is only 26 years old, and he was highly qualified as a kidney specialist. That young man saved my will to live. But it was not all, because I knew you guys were with me. You also gave me strength to pull through, because I knew you was begging for me to be okay. And if it wasn't for you, I was at the other side now. I felt the hope you gave me. I felt the support, the trust, the hope and love. All your wills were strong. So, yeah, can you hear me? We're going on the silver train. That was why I called that video the silver train, because I had to make sure that I was not going on a train to heaven. The silver train is the way to live. And the reason I also wrote on the video, can you hear me, is because, could you hear my scream? I was in that horrendous pain. It was horrible. But wow, now it's finally over. And look at me now. Thanks to all the support, and thanks to Dr. Martin, and thanks for all the hope you gave me. I'm recovered. My kidneys are working fine now. I don't feel any pain anymore. So that's it. I'm finally feeling like myself again. But man, dealing with this amount of pain and pain killing for 6 whole days. That's insane. But that's it, Mikufans. That's my story. How I dealt with this pain and this kidney surgeries. Because I had to. And I hope in the next future that I will not get under the knife again. But yeah, we don't know what's gonna happen. But I'm thankful that I made this through. It was tough, but I got over it. My fear was beaten because of all your support. So I thank you. But anyway, MikuFans, I have no more to say. I'm glad you enjoyed my story, if you do. And there was also one thing I remembered. When I sat back down on this chair, I yelled my slogan. It was so good to feel it. I yelled, "Believe in Miku Hatsune!" That was it. Man. Well, thank you for listening, and thank you for watching. And if you want to see more, hit that subscribe button to become a MikuFan. Please do it, because we are getting closer to the 10,000 subscriber mark. I really want to reach that mark. So that's it. Bye bye, MikuFans. Stay tuned for more. And as always, believe in Miku Hatsune. Have a good night.